You've been told your entire life that hard work is the ultimate, undeniable key to success. You've been fed the cliché, just put your head down and grind. Blood, sweat, and tears will get you to the top. But take a good, hard look at your life right now. You are bleeding, you are sweating, you are crying. So where is the reward? Why is the bank account not growing? Why is the dream still a blurry mirage on the horizon? The harsh truth is this: you have been lied to. Hard work, in the way society has taught it to you, is not a badge of honor. It is a trap. If that reality stings, it is because it's supposed to. It is time to wake up. Before we dive into the dark psychology of why your relentless effort is secretly destroying your potential, do me a favor. If you are tired of running in endless circles and want to finally understand the psychology of real, tangible success, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Join a community of people who refuse to be manipulated by the lies we've been sold. Let's break the cycle together. Now, let's strip away the motivational fluff and look at this through the lens of behavioral psychology. The reason you are stuck is not because you lack discipline. It is because you are trapped in what psychologists call the invisible cage of conditioned effort. From the time you were a child sitting in a classroom, you were conditioned, much like B.F. Skinner's lab animals, to equate sheer effort with reward. If you sat at your desk long enough, if you filled out enough worksheets, you got a gold star. You were praised for the struggle, not necessarily for the strategy. As adults, this conditioning morphs into a dangerous behavioral loop. You have unconsciously started to believe that if you are not suffering, if you are not stressed, if you are not burning the midnight oil, you are not being productive. You have romanticized your own burnout. You are suffering from the illusion of motion. Behavioral science draws a strict line between motion and action. Motion is researching a business idea for 6 months. Action is making your first sales call. Motion is organizing your desk and writing endless to-do lists. Action is actually sitting down and writing the first chapter of your book. Motion makes you feel like you are working hard. It spikes your dopamine just enough to make you feel productive. But it produces absolutely no real-world results. You are a hamster running furiously on a wheel. Exhausted, sweating, heart-pounding, but entirely stationary. And then, when you realize you aren't moving forward, what do? You double down. This triggers another massive psychological barrier, the sunk cost fallacy. You have already invested so much time, so much agony, and so much of your identity into this specific way of grinding that admitting it doesn't work feels like psychological death. You think, if I just push a little harder, if I just sleep 4 hours instead of 5, it will finally pay off. You have developed a fixed mindset about your own suffering. You believe your current method of working is the only way, and that your lack of results is simply a sign that you haven't suffered enough yet. Imagine a lumberjack in a forest, violently hacking away at a massive oak tree with a painfully dull axe. He is swinging with all his might. His hands are blistered, his muscles are tearing, his face is contorted in agony. A passerby stops and says, "My friend, you are exhausted. Why don't you take 5 minutes to stop and sharpen your axe?" The lumberjack doesn't even pause. He gasps for air and yells back, "I don't have time to stop and sharpen the axe. Can't you see I'm too busy chopping down this tree?" That lumberjack is you. You are so addicted to the struggle, so terrified of the anxiety that comes with sitting still and re-evaluating your life, that you would rather chop with a dull blade until your hands bleed than stop and admit you are doing it wrong. The system doesn't want you to sharpen your axe. The system wants you exhausted. Because exhausted people don't ask questions. Exhausted people don't innovate. Exhausted people just keep chopping. But what happens when you finally stop? What happens when you put the axe down, step back, and look at the forest? When you finally put that dull axe down, the first thing you will feel is not relief. It is terror. The silence of standing still is deafening because, in that pause, you are forced to confront the reality of your choices. You are forced to look at the forest and realize you might have been chopping in the completely wrong direction this entire time. In behavioral psychology, there is a phenomenon known as cognitive tunneling. When you are under extreme stress, like the stress of endless, unyielding hard work, your brain literally narrows its focus. Your prefrontal cortex, the center for strategic thinking and innovation, powers down. Your amygdala takes over, locking you into a primal fight or flight response. You become so hyper-focused on the immediate threat, the next deadline, the next bill, the next minor task, that you become completely blind to the bigger picture. You miss the golden opportunities standing right in your peripheral vision because your brain is too exhausted to process them. You are not failing because you are lazy. You are failing because you are operating in a constant state of cognitive survival. So, what is the alternative? What is the truth about hard work that the top 1% of achievers know, but rarely say out loud? It is the psychological shift from volume to leverage. Think of the Pareto principle, the 80-20th rule. 80% of your true results come from just 20% of your efforts. But because you are trapped in the invisible cage of conditioned effort, you are spending all your energy agonizing over the trivial 80%. You are exhausted by the noise. True masters do not just work hard, they engage in deliberate practice. Psychologist Anders Ericsson proved that 10,000 hours of mindless repetition does not make you an expert, it just makes you permanently average. True excellence requires intense, hyper-focused bursts of energy on the exact specific skills that move the needle, followed by deep, unapologetic rest. Yes, rest. The most successful people on this planet do not view rest as a reward for hard work. They view rest as a fundamental prerequisite for high performance. They sharpen the axe. It is time to shatter the illusion. Your worth as a human being is not measured by your exhaustion. Your success is not calculated by how many hours of sleep you sacrificed or how many meals you skipped at your desk. The truth about hard work is that it must be a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. It must be precise, intentional, and ruthlessly directed at the things that actually matter. Hard work without a brilliant strategy is just a slow, painful path to nowhere. Imagine a different life. Imagine waking up tomorrow and, instead of immediately diving into the chaos, you sit in silence. You look at your to-do list and you aggressively eliminate everything that is just motion. You identify the one or two critical actions, the terrifying, uncomfortable actions that actually generate real-world results, and you strike them with a fully sharpened axe. Imagine the profound peace of mind that comes from knowing you are no longer a hamster on a wheel, but the architect of your own destiny. You are working fewer hours, but you are achieving 10 times more. The bags under your eyes begin to fade. The passion you used to have for your dreams slowly returns. You are no longer just surviving. You are finally building. The cage door has been unlocked this entire time. You just have to be brave enough to stop pushing blindly against the bars. Turn around and walk out. Starting right now, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. I want you to stop romanticizing the grind. Stop wearing your burnout as a badge of honor. I challenge you to look at your life today and find the one area where you are swinging a dull axe. Stop what you are doing. Step back. Formulate a strategy. Find your leverage. If this message resonated with you, if it woke something up inside your mind today, don't let this be just another video you scroll past and forget. Take action. Share this with someone who is grinding themselves into the ground and desperately needs to hear the truth. Leave a comment below declaring what dull axe you are putting down today. And remember to subscribe, because we are just getting started on rebuilding your mind for true, lasting success. The era of mindless struggle is over. It is time to work smart, strike hard, and finally claim the life you actually deserve.